Your recording is cool.
Hi everyone, good evening. Good to be here. My name is Lucky Elhor. I believe as we go on, I will try to introduce myself so that you get to know me more. Today, I want to talk about like a really interesting topic, which is from freelance to in-demand creative, the business strategy that attracts premium clients while building work that matters. So how do you ensure that you're not just being a creative, putting out work, but at the same time you're making money from it, and at the same time you are doing work that matters? That's a very interesting topic, and I know that many of us here are curious. If you want to go into your group to go call people to come and be a part of this, I would advise you to do that because this would be something that you are going to learn a lot from, and it's going to be life changing. I promise. I'm not always this quiet, but these days I always find myself quiet. I don't know, maybe it's a new persona I'm trying to wear. But yeah, people who know me know that I'm not always this quiet. I'm a noisemaker. But anyways, let's go. And again, I like my classes to be interactive, and I just like people to interact with me, so I want to believe that everybody here is going to cooperate with me as we go about this. So yeah. So I want us to start first by putting in the chat what we do, right? So what do you do? How much do you charge for what you do? Now I want you to type it out how you would sell it to somebody. So sell yourself in the chat. How are you going to sell yourself to somebody if this person doesn't know you and this person wants to work with you, or there is every chance that this person will work with you? How do you sell yourself? So put that in the chat. I want to hear from as many people as possible. Can we do that? Are we on the same page here, guys? My energy is going up, so I need your energy. All right, typing. Okay, cool. Let's see what you've got. All right, great. Let's see the first person that will drop the answer. Hmm. Mm, mm, mm. So many of you are thinking so hard right now because so many of you don't know how to sell yourself. Mm. I'm a social media manager. I help brand build online identity and establish an online presence. I'm the first, Lou. Yeah. Okay, you're the first. Shagu. I'm a social media manager. I help brand build their online identity and establish an online presence. Okay. Okay. More responses. Don't worry, let's take our time. This activity is going to take like 5 minutes. So take your time. Don't say it's because Ella say you should rush. That's why you just type what came to your head first. Type your real answer. I'm a motion graphics designer. I help in creating engaging videos from scratch to give your brand and your service more awareness. Okay. I'm a motion graphics designer. I help in creating engaging videos from scratch to give your brand and your service more awareness. Okay. Okay. Oh, we shall see. I am CB. I hope I'm SB or CB. I don't know if I call it that correctly. I help businesses save time by creating automation workflow that handles repetitive tasks and operations, saving businesses time that they can use to do more. Hmm. Okay, we shall see. Class has started though. Type your own now. Because if I want to make examples, I might use yours to make examples. So are we even timing this? I think, yep. So let's say we have 1 more minute for this exercise. I'll move to the next thing. Then I drive my point home. So while some people are still typing, those of you that have typed and those who are not willing to type, by reading these things, would you want to work with this person? Would you want to work with any of this person here? I'm a voiceover artist with a clear, engaging voice suited for ads, social media videos, content, and brand storytelling. I deliver clean, professional recordings to help communicate messages clearly. I'm happy to tailor my tone to your brand. Okay. Hmm, interesting. Who is asking you to clap? Who is clapping? Why are you clapping? What if all of you score F9 and you're clapping? So which one of these businesses would you work with? It's just I help info product owners turn existing leads into more sales without spending more on ads. Hmm. I have a lot of questions with all these things that people are writing here. Okay, let's start with the first person. I help brand because we say we're going from freelance to in-demand creative, right? And how you attract premium clients, clients who can pay you in figures. When I mean figures, I don't mean 50K, 100K, 7 figures. And people say that Nigerian people don't pay. That's not true because I don't know what that is. I don't know what you mean by Nigerian client don't pay. I have clients in Nigeria that pay me 3 million for a project. In fact, I have a client that paid me that much, still gave me 500K as a gift to buy a phone, you know, and just so much more. So there are people who will pay you. And these people that I'm talking about, they are not companies, though. These are coaches, experts. They're not like, oh, it has to be a startup company, it has to be a big brand that will give you this project. No. And they're here in this Nigeria. I'm a social media manager. I help brands build their online identity and establish an online presence. Now, what do you mean by building their online identity and establishing their online presence? I don't care about the first sentence. I'm a social media manager. I don't care about that. That's a title. I don't care about your title. That's why when Sayo asked me to send my bio or something, I have like different bio, like different titles. I told him, I said, pick anyone that you like and use on the flyer. Because I don't really care how you address me. Whether you say I'm the founder of the Grow Network, I'm a sales funnel strategist, I'm a growth marketing professional, anything you want to call me. So most times I have these titles just so when I'm going for events, I can have somewhere that they will put me under. But I never introduce myself based on titles, right? Because to be honest, it doesn't It just makes you sound like everybody else. It doesn't change anything. So you're a social media manager. Social media managers do like a lot of things. But what kind of social media manager are you? You help people build online identity. Is that not what every social media manager does and establish online presence? I'm a motion graphics designer. I help in creating engaging videos from scratch. Like as a motion graphics designer, where do you want to create a video from before? Is it from air? No, that's not an important information. It's not an information that gives value or add value to or create a perception that will make people want to work with you. To give your brand and your service more awareness. Every brand and service is looking for more awareness. Everybody is promising more awareness. So it's not, there's nothing standing out here. We're gonna get there. I help business save time by creating automation flow that handles repetitive tasks and operations, saving businesses time. I don't understand what you do. I don't understand. I only know that you do. I can only see you help repetitive tasks. You help to make repetitive tasks automated. But what kind of repetitive tasks? What kind of automation are you talking about? Because I also do automations, but the automation that I do are automations that drive revenue. So I help you automate your funnels. I help you automate your sales processes so that you are able to build leads, you are able to nurture these leads, and you're able to grow your revenue without always having to run ads or always having to create content, and you're able to drive predictable sales every month. I do that as well. But what you've said here, I don't know exactly what you do or how you do it. How is not clear. I'm a voiceover artist. Everything you've written here, beautiful. I deliver clean, professional. There is AI now. In fact, there's some AI that you would see that looks so real that there are AI right now that use, I can give AI my actual voice and the AI will use it to create videos. So what makes you stand out from AI? Because everything you are saying here is competition with AI. Clear, engaging voice, AI can do that. Social media videos, AI can do it. Brand storytelling, if you sit down and put story inside AI, AI will bring it out. I deliver clean, AI can deliver clean. Professional recording, AI will give you any scene that you want. There's a particular video that I want to do. I gave it to someone to use an AI because the video tells a story. If I want to shoot that video myself, I will need to go and rent an apartment and have like different props everywhere. But if I'm going to rent an apartment, have all those props and everything, I'll probably spend like 200 to 300K, excluding like getting somebody that'll come and do the shoot. But now with AI, I'm thinking I'll spend like about 50K to get a video done. So yeah, all these things you wrote here is you're still competing with AI. What stands you out? Nothing. I help info product owners turn existing leads into sales without spending more on ads. How do you do that? You help them turn existing leads. Info product. What's info product? I know it's information product. What's information product? What's information product? I don't know. People say I'm an info product. Like, information product, is it digital products? Is it online courses? Is it templates? See, I don't know. I've never positioned myself as an info product person. But what's info products? What exactly is info products? See, I don't care about linguas. I don't care about big words. And your audience don't understand what you're saying. You're just speaking grammar. You'll be attracting people who only know what info products are. People who brand themselves as info product sellers. I know they are kind. I see them a lot on Twitter, on Instagram. They're info product seller, and I see how they drag themselves on the mud, in the mud rather. It's hard for you to get premium clients when you keep using those terms, info products. I've never positioned myself as that. Now I might be biased, but that is what I've seen to work over time in the last 6 years that I've been doing this. Right? So you help people who sell info product owners. You have coaches and course creators. That's a word that everybody can relate to. Oh, you're an expert, you're a coach, right? You have digital products, you have courses that you want to sell, but then You have leads, or you don't struggle to generate, either you struggle to generate leads or you don't struggle to generate leads, but you don't know how to convert these leads. I help you build strategies and help you build sales processes to ensure that you are able to convert your leads to buy your digital product, to buy your online courses. You see, that's more clear, and the result is like you can see the result. I don't have to crack my head. I'm wrapping my head around what you're trying to say. That's, see, you see these small things are the things that really changes a lot of things and change you from just being a freelance to an in-demand creative. I've never even started my slides. This I've already finished this master class. Anyways, now with this exercise, you can clearly see that many people do not struggle because they are not good, right? You don't struggle because you're not good. You struggle because the world doesn't understand the value of what you do. And that's why sometimes you can tell somebody, but it's not just to post on social media. It's not just to post on Instagram. It's not just to post on LinkedIn. But it is more than just to post. But I cannot pay you beyond what I don't understand. I can only pay you when I really understand what you're trying to do. Many creatives are not struggling because they lack talent. Most of you probably know your job like you know it like the back of your palm. You are struggling because the world has not yet learned how to interpret the value of the talent that you carry. And that's on you. It's not on the world. It's on you. Because I cannot come and enter inside your head and interpret what you're selling from you inside your head. It's on you. So that's your responsibility. And we're going to fix that tonight. Right? So you might be an excellent creator, you might be good at what you do, but your value is not yet visible. We don't know your value yet. And there's so many things that can just really make your value visible, right? And the myth that most people believe is that, oh, in order for me to make more money, in order for me to get people to pay me more, I need to raise my price, I need to get better at my skill, or I need to create one killer offer. None of these things are right. It's not just about, it's not like they are not right, they are right, but they cannot just stand on their own. Raising your prices doesn't change anything if you still cannot communicate your value. Being good at the skill, like go and learn more skills. If I go to the best world motion graphics design school and you still cannot communicate your value, people will still pay you less, and people who are less qualified than you that can communicate the value will earn more. You like create one killer offer, bonus everywhere. All this one, the offer is killer. People still not understand the value, they will not pay you for it. All right. So money at the premium level is not just about skill. Please be good at what you do, right? But money at the premium level is not just about skill. The work you create have to outlive the work that you do. So I'm going to explain to you. So I have a client. She started working with me in 2024. She has worked with me, like we've worked together to launch her programs 3 times now. 2024 November, we launched one. 2025, we did one in, I think, June, and then we did another one in November. That's 3 launches. And those launches, she paid me, I think the cheapest one she paid was 700K. Yeah, she paid as high as 2-3 million for those launches, and she kept coming back. Now, let me shock you. This person is not that this person doesn't even know how to do all these things. She knows how to write all the emails. In fact, I don't create content for them. I just give them the direction. She write the emails, but I give her all the prompts of what the emails will contain. She has somebody that's building the funnel. I don't build it. I just give like the strategy, the workflow, but I ensure that the conversion happens. She goes live. I create a strategy of what she will say on the live session, how she will close people. The next day, we send all the things, just ensure that the conversion happens. That's the work that I do for her. And she keeps coming back and she keeps paying premium. Why? Not because she doesn't know this. She knows all of these things. But how does she put all of them together for them to make sense? How does she put everything together to know, okay, if I'm going to launch for 8 weeks, I don't break the flow. Everything happens in those 8 weeks. And not just everything happening in those 8 weeks. We're getting the result. We know when things will move. We know when things are not working. I will know what to do to iterate. We know like every fixes everything going step by step. Even when customers are like, oh, I can't pay, what needs to be done? I'm already working on it to ensure that that does not cause a barrier for people to not pay. That is a value that I am selling to her. I'm not telling her that Oh, I'm going to help you create sales funnel strategy that will help you sell. Everybody wants to sell. There is nothing out of the box in saying that helping you sell. There's nothing out of the box because everybody obviously wants to sell. Everybody obviously want to have awareness. But what is that thing that's a superpower? So my superpower is strategy, and not just strategy, just ensuring that I can do the work. So it depends on what you want me to do for you. I can do the deep work, do all the 90% of the work, and you just do the 10%. Just show up in the parts where you need to show up, and to ensure that everything that you need to do for your launch goes according to plan and you hit your revenue target. All right. So that is my work. And you just need to only work with me. You don't have to work with me, work with Facebook person, work with this. Don't worry. Even if you have them, I will manage all the team. I will manage everybody. So you don't even need to worry. You don't need to micromanage anybody. I'm going to take it on and everything is going to move smoothly. Now, that is value. When I communicate this to you and you realize how valuable this is to your business, and I tell you how much you need to pay for it, you're not going to say, is it not just to create strategy? Is it not just to build landing page? You're not going to say that. And I don't charge clients by just telling them what I want to do via mouth. I create a document, sometimes 3-4 pages of documents. I call it a concept note that have the deliverables. I might show you guys one of my concept notes, maybe before this call ends. Deliverables, everything. And so you see the detailed breakdown, and you're like, the only time that when people see my concept notes and they don't work with me is they will say, oh, okay, I'm not able to afford this right now. I'll be back. Blah, blah, blah. But not like, this thing is not worth it. No, they will tell me clearly, this is worth it. I don't have this right now. I'll go and plan and I'll be back. And I'm like, okay, no problem. When you're ready, I'm ready. And that's it. And yeah, so that's one thing that you need to like be really, really careful about, how you communicate your value. Now, what is the calling of a creative? Now, I want to tie this to, impact as well. What's the calling of a creative? A creative, you are not giving creativity to just survive. You are giving creativity to shape, to influence, to heal, to transform, and to leave a footprint. All right. So your work is more than a skill. Your work is a weapon for impact. It is a tool. It is a medium for influence, something bigger than craft itself. But who tell you that you cannot be making impact and be making money at the same time? I do many things, many impact work, free stuff and all that. Where do you think I get the money from? I don't have a job. I quit the last time I had a day job was February 2025. I quit my job, and the last 1 year I've been jobless, But how do I make money? From my creativity and from my skill. And that's how I've been funding the things I've been doing, the conferences I've been running, the physical event, the build rooms, and so many other things that I've just been doing, and even the initiatives that I just launched right now for university students. So your creativity should be able to fund your impact. If it's not funding it, then there's a problem. You're not just here to live from hand to mouth. Yeah, in the beginning, you might have to do the work, survive, but you can't stay on survival for so long, right? So that's one thing you need to know. So who is the complete creative? Because we're talking about the complete creative, right? A complete creative doesn't just end well. A complete creative builds work that matters spiritually, financially, emotionally, and socially. So if you don't have this, you're not complete. But here's the problem. You cannot create transformative work when you are stressed, when you are underpaid, or you are unclear, right? You cannot, every year I'm broke. You'll be, see, when I'm broke, I'm not motivated. It's when I have money, I have motivation to do all the things in this world. That's crazy. For some people, when they are broke, they are motivated and they work like Jackie. It's not me. When I'm broke, I'm not motivated. I think I was so broke at some point where before I used to be very motivated when I was like in 2019, 2020, 2021. My brokenness was what motivated me. But after I broke out of that place, brokenness does not motivate me. Once I'm just broke, I'm like, nah. I just need to just get one sale. And my skill, see, I can't even be broke. Because not like I can't be broke, but once I'm broke like this, I don't even feel like, oh, okay. I would just have to take my skill, put a course together, and I would sell it. I think in December, I didn't have money. Like I was like literally broke. What I just did, so there was a training I was putting together for my community. And I was like, wait, People in this community, they subscribe every month. They pay me 15,000, 10,000 every month to be in that community. But I'm like, if I create this class, I can sell it and people will pay and I will make money. And I'm already teaching, I've already created a class. I want to teach them anyway. So I taught them. But after that, I took that class, put it out as a product. I think I made over 500K from that product. I didn't even push it down. I think I pushed it in like 2 weeks or so. And I made like over 500K from that product. Yeah. I just created it and I just put it out for something that I created for the community that's already paying me 10K every month. It would have just been, oh, let me just dump it there. So yeah, that's also what a complete creative is. You can never be broke. Even when you're broke, you put out something and you sell. All right. So as a complete creative, you must be both profitable and purposeful, not one or the other. But survivor today and not survivor today and fulfillment tomorrow, but both. And that's why we cannot throw away being impactful and throw it away from making money. You know why? Because the people that you impact are the people that will also end up bringing money. There's a story that I read about Fela Durotoye, of how when he was in the uni, he was training a lot of people. He was doing like free classes, free training for people. And guess what? Those people that he trained and mentored then when he was in the uni, those people are big names today, right? They are managing directors, CEOs, board of directors in many companies. And these people are people that he trained when he was in uni. He was just doing like impact work and things. So they work hand in hand. These people, even my product, many people that have impacted, they're the one that still come back to buy my product. So you have to be able to know this as a complete creative, right? So, so what was the real gap that nobody talks about? Many people think that talent is equals to income. No. Some people think that, oh, when I have the skill is equals to demand. No. Some people think that when I have passion, that's my positioning. Nope. Some people think that creativity is sustainable. Nope. Some people think that hard work is impact. Not at all. All right. Real success requires something deeper: clarity, structure, identity, and purpose. Clarity, structure, identity, and purpose. All right. So clarity means that you have to be clear on the kind of value you want to put out. So many of us here are not clear. That's why we struggle to communicate it. That's why we struggle to communicate what we do, because there is no clarity. Yes. All right. So you cannot pour from confusion. You cannot innovate where there's chaos. There's no clarity in the value that you can really. So I was speaking to somebody. He was like, oh, he does YouTube. He does YouTube. He help people grow their YouTube channel, blah, 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 blah. So I told him, I said, okay, you know what? Create a YouTube class and sell this class for 5,000 naira. Get 100 people into this class. Add this based on the conversation that we had and what I know about him, and put it out. Then he went quiet. So why did you go quiet? He said, actually, the truth is that the YouTube thing, I've not really been able, I don't really have a channel that I've grown to 10,000 or even, tens of thousands. So if I say that I want to help people grow their YouTube channel, then I'm lying to them, blah, blah, blah. Then I'm like, so why do you say that you help people grow their YouTube channel? Then he went quiet. Now, mind you, he's been trying to sell this offer even as a service. People don't really take him seriously, because he will come and will be like, oh, I can help you grow your YouTube channel, but you've never even grown your own YouTube channel. Then I started to say, okay, let's take it back. What can you actually do? He has worked with me before. He came to me and pitched himself that he can grow my YouTube channel. He did well. He did good. He had the strength, but not what he promised, that I will grow your YouTube channel, because my YouTube channel grew based on certain other things that I do as well. But he did well. So I knew his strength. I'm like, so why do you keep saying that you will grow somebody's YouTube channel when you know you can't give this value yet? Why not start from what you can do? For example, there are so many people that are clueless, beginners. They don't even know how to set up their YouTube channel. Because first, in growing your YouTube channel, you need to know how to do the setup, the keywords, knowing how to do the tagging, the important things that you need, how to even create content for YouTube, how to map your content ideas, how to choose your voice and your niche and all of those. I said, well, you know how to do these things because he has done them for me. It was like, oh, yes. I said, so why don't you create your value around what you've already done, what you can already do, and create a class around it? And that's when it was like, oh, my God, clarity. Some of you don't know the results that your work can produce. And so that's why you don't even know how to communicate your value. And that's why people will never pay you beyond 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 naira per project. All right. Is that making sense? So I want that to sink. Is that making sense? Let me know in the chat. All right, great. So now that you know this big picture and all these things that I've said, I want us to get practical. I'm a very practical person. So if you want to become an in-demand creative whose work is both profitable and purposeful, you need four things working together. All right? You need four things working together. And the first thing that you need is your positioning, clarity of who you are, right? Clarity of who you are. My slide is not, I think this picture is cutting into my slide. Okay, anyways, clarity of who you are. That's number one. Number two, value communication, clarity of your distinctiveness. Clarity of who you are is more like, what can you do? What results can you bring with this work that you do? Value communication, clarity of distinctiveness means what makes you different from every other person that is doing this thing that you're doing. Then number three, business systems. Do you have structure for predictable demand? And then four, purpose. What is the meaning behind your work? What is the meaning behind your work? Now, I call these four things, I call them the transformation triangle. Is what I call the transformation triangle. And today we are going to break each one of them and open them, build it step by step, and help you step fully into your identity as a complete creative. So this is a transformation triangle. Your positioning, clarity of who you are, value communication, what is clarity of your distinctiveness, business system, structure for predictable revenue, and the purpose, the meaning behind your work. All right. So yeah, so let's dive into it. Yeah. Positioning clarity. Who are you really? Who are you? Who are you? Your positioning is the difference between being seen as an option or the obvious choice. That's just it. The positioning is the difference between being seen as an option or the obvious choice. Me, I'm not an option. I'm the obvious choice. So if you don't choose me, it's because you feel like, oh, this person is too expensive for me, or you're not just the ideal client for me. That's it. But if you're ideal for me, you definitely choose me. And if you really want to get the result, you go look for the money and come and pay, and you will get the result. So that is your positioning. Most creatives introduce themselves by the skill, the role, the title, and that's what many of you did. But premium clients do not buy skill, roles, or title. What do they buy? They buy based on outcome, transformation, expertise, and clarity. What did I say? Outcome, transformation, expertise, and clarity. Outcome, transformation, expertise, and clarity. Clarity on what you're selling. So many of you, all the things you post here, there's no clarity in anything. There's no clarity in how you work with people or who you work with. No clarity in the outcome that you give this person. Like the person who said, I help automate your process to remove repetitive tasks. Why is automating repetitive tasks important to the kind of businesses that you do it for? Why is it important? That's the outcome? What's the transformation around that? What will change when these repetitive tasks actually are done? What will change? What are they saving? Let's forget time. Time is not the only thing that saves. What are they saving? What are they being protected from? Therefore, expertise is, how are you doing this thing for me? How are you going to do it? You're just saying automation of what are you using to make this happen? Because I do automation as well. You do automation. There are automation. That's why people say I do business growth. Business growth is not any, because I can focus on business growth from the aspect of revenue generation and marketing. Another person can focus on business growth and say business growth from the aspect of finances, because if your finances are not in order, your business cannot grow. Another person can focus on business growth from the aspect of structure, because if you don't have structures and system in place, your business cannot grow. So what is your exact expertise that you're using to deliver the solution. That's what premium clients want to hear, not your skill, your role, or your title. Nobody cares about that. The motion graphics person, what's the outcome? So the motion graphics that you create, what is this outcome that you produce to clients? Are they able to tell better stories for their brand so that they can build brand trust and brand recall when you create these videos? So if you don't know, you need to start paying attention to the outcome that your work produces for people. The transformation. How does this, so by creating brand recall, brand storytelling and stuff, what does that change in the business? How does that affect that business? So for your expertise, how do you do it? What do you use to do it? What is the expertise that you bring to the table? The expertise is not just be, oh, motion graphics. No, I bring storytelling. I'm able to ensure that I take your ideas, turn them into stories, and tell these stories using motion graphics. Clarity. Clarity is clearly the customer should be able to understand how this is gonna solve their problem, how this is gonna work in the business. Why should they need this? It just has to be very clear. If it's not clear, there's already a problem. And that is what positioning is all about. That is what positioning is all about. All right. So now let's break down your positioning so that you can create your positioning clarity. Okay. What problem do you solve? Don't say I take pictures. If you're a photographer, you say I capture stories that increase brand trust. See, I've seen some pictures. I'll be like, oh my God. There was one pre-wedding photo shoot that I saw. It was giving this kind of vibe, like this. When I looked at the picture, the storytelling, the angles, everything. You think it's every photographer that can do that? It's not every photographer that can do it. Some photographer will just say, pose, do like this, do like this. I went with my friend to go and shoot their pre-wedding photo shoot. Well, the pictures were nice, but the pictures were not telling any story. They were not telling any story. I saw a lady that I follow on Instagram. She made a post. She wrote an article about her mother. I think that yesterday was her mother's memorial or something. And she took a picture of her mother in those days. She dressed like her mother, and they recreated the picture of that scene. And the photographer was the one that ensured all of those things happen. I think it's every photographer that can think like that. That is the problem that you solve as a photographer. You don't just take pictures. I help you to tell stories with your pictures. I help you to capture stories that increase brand trust. If you're a wedding photographer, I help you create stories, and create memories using storytelling that even in years from now, you'll still be able to still look at these pictures and be like, wow. Now, in position clarity, what do you solve it for? Don't say I solve it for everyone. Solve it for no. You solve it for brands in the lifestyle and fashion industry looking to grow visibility and sales. I'm using a photographer as an example. So as a motion graphics, what kind of brands do you do your motion graphics for? What kind of brand storytelling do you do, right? Can you work with somebody like me that is a coach that renders services, that coach people? You see? So you need to now bring it home and be very specific on what you do, who you do. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Who you solve the problem for. Now, what makes your approach truly different? Your style, your method, your process, your unique perspective. I shared it when I gave example of my client of how I work. Right? When you work with me, there's some people that when you're working with them, you'll be the one micromanaging them. When you work with me, I'm the one micromanaging you. That's my client. Like, I'm coming in as the expert. When I come into your business, you don't need to be giving me 1 month. There's some people that when you hire them, you need them to settle in for 1 month. As you hire me, that day, I will ask you all the questions that I need. In fact, I don't need to settle. That day, I'm already settled into your business, and I'm already created. I'm the one that will create the plan and tell you how we'll draw. That's my unique style and approach. That's my process. That's my unique perspective. For the person that help infographics people, info products, I beg your pardon, create and do finance. What's your process? What's your unique process? How do you help them? How do you help if what's your style, what's the method, what's your unique perspective that you bring to the table that other funnel people don't bring. For example, I don't just do copywriting and do sales pages. I used to do that before, but I don't do that anymore. Right? So what I do is I help you create a strategy, help you build the strategy where you know where your traffic is coming from, how you're going to fill people into your funnel, how you're going to communicate your message so that it sells, how you're going to ensure that when you attract people, you're able to convert them. So that's my unique perspective. Right? I don't just do landing page copy and sales page copy. People still do that, but I don't do that anymore. I used to do it in the beginning. But those ones, they give you like, even right now, if I want to do that, I don't charge, I still charge 6 figures. I charge 6 figures for the barest minimum. I know 100,000 around 6 figures. No. So what transformation happens because of your work? So what is the after state after they work with you? The emotional shift, the business impact. You need to answer. You can take a screen grab of this thing. Go and sit down and answer these questions. Sit down and answer these questions. Premium positioning, right? Premium positioning is equals to clarity of identity plus clarity of transformation. So your positioning statement can look something like this. I help who achieve this result through what method? I'm sure you've probably seen this a million times. Many of you don't take it seriously, right? So this is an example. I help beauty brand increase sales through strategic storytelling and high impact, high converting visuals. Another example would be I help scriptwriters turn their ideas into production ready stories that attract investors. Now, if I saw that your stories can help me attract investors, oh yeah, that's my problem. I help businesses create powerful brand identities that communicate trust and control perception. So businesses who want to control perception, who want to control what people think about their brand, should come and work with you. So this, you can take a screen grab of this as well and use it for your positioning statement. All right, let's go. Value. Second thing on the triangle. Are we following? Are we following? All right, great. It's only Sayo I'm seeing in the comments. It's like I'm roasting everybody. So you people are not in the state to be able to type. Okay, I'm seeing Deborah. All right, cool. All right. So value communication, which is the second thing on the triangle. This is my value signature method, right? Number one, what is your unfair advantage? The transferable, invisible skills that elevate your results. What is your unfair advantage? You might be a motion graphics designer, but there's something that comes to you naturally. As a motion graphics designer, excuse me, beyond just creating motion graphics, you are very organized. You know how to carry your clients along. You don't just come and just create, you carry them through the process. You create a mood board first, you build all the angles and all the elements before you start creating. You first of all visualize the whole process before you create. That's a unique advantage. Not everybody can do that. So you need to find your unfair advantage. What is your unfair advantage? If you don't know it, you cannot communicate your value. Number two, what's your outcome layer, the result your work creates? Skill is equal to impact. It's great, like skill and impact works together. So what is the outcome? I've said that before in positioning. You see that it also appears again in value. There is no value without clear outcome definition. If you cannot define your outcome, then you cannot define the value. Then your creative signature layer, the unique blend that makes your work unmistakable. What makes your work unmistakable? What's that thing? So this is where you find your distinctiveness, not just description. This is where you find what makes you stand out. Your unfair advantage, that's probably not even your core skill. That is not like motion graphics, but what makes your motion graphic process easier, makes clients experience it better or make clients get better results. I gave an example when I was explaining mine. Your outcome layer, what kind of results can people expect from working with you? If you don't know it, you need to start paying attention for all the people that you've worked with. What are the common results? Don't over-exaggerate. At least start somewhere. Start somewhere first, and you can start building and building. Me, I can come and boast my chest and say, okay, I can help you launch and make $100,000 from your launch. I can do that because I've done it. Not once, not twice. I've done it multiple times. If it's in Naira, I can come and say, oh, I can help you sell your launch and make at least 20 million, depending on the product price. Can help you make 20 million, 50 million from your launch, depending on what you're selling. So I can promise that. So people who are looking to make that amount of money will not be paying me change. If I'm making every you make 100,000, 200,000 naira, I did not expect you to pay me 2 million naira to make 200,000, 500,000. So the outcome is also like very. But if I'm making you 20 million, 50 million, I did not expect you to pay me 100,000 naira. You see that? And then your unique blend that makes your work unmistakable. So that's what the value communication pillar is. All right. So we are going to break down the value communication pillar. So we have the outcome layer in the value communication pillar. How do you know the outcome that you give? This is where you take all the things that you do and pull out the core results. So as a photographer, a photographer doesn't just take pictures. Their outcome could be emotional storytelling, timeless visuals, narratives, high-end brand perception, memorable client experience. Now, it's not all photographers will not have all of this. Some of them can have a combination of some of these things. I just picked out some common things that photographers that people look out for when they want to work with photographers. There's some people, if they take pictures, picture will be so timeless. You could be like, this thing is giving, it's giving Bridgerton, but it's also giving, 21st century kind of vibe. So people just know how to do it. So people are just so creative. You be like, it's not everybody that has that talent. So you need to find the kind of result that your work produces. I cannot find it for you. It's you that will find it. Pay attention to the things that you've done in the past. Pay attention to your mind and start to find them out. In fact, you can go and ask ChatGPT, okay, what are the possible results that people are looking for when they want to work with motion graphics designers? List out all the things that ChatGPT tell you, and then you start to pay attention. Which ones can you mark out? Which ones can you boldly say that you can produce right now, or that your work has produced right now? Then you start to build around that. And then, of course, you can evolve. You can start somewhere, and then as you're growing, you're becoming better, you're building capacity, you can evolve, and your value layer, your outcome layer can always evolve, right? For a video creator, don't just say I make videos. Your outcome could be visual fashion storytelling, creative brand moments, viral transformation. There's some people like any video that they create for you can go viral. That's some people's work. They'll tell you that I'm a viral video creator. Just hire me if you want to go viral. Like, because they can come up with crazy ideas that will always go viral. Is that making sense? But it's not everybody that can do it. Am I lying? There are some people, when they create videos for you, they come up with video scripts and create videos for you. You can sell with those videos. Like, you can sell. Like, you will make bad sales. Like, mad sales. There's some people like that. So you need to find what your skill is. There's some people say, have you watched some videos sometimes and you will see in the comments, they will say, the editing in this video is bad. Now, they've even forgotten the storytelling or the person that is talking in the video, but they're just like, the video editor deserves a raise. Have you ever seen things like that in the comments? There's some people like that. So even though you're not the one writing the script, because some of you will be like, I just edit videos, I don't write script for the client. You can edit the video and people will still notice you inside the video. They will still notice you. That I've watched video, I'll be like, they will be seeing comment section like, this editing is mad. I've seen some designs. And there's this particular brand, Creatorium. Go and check them on Instagram. CREA8 Creatorium. CREA8 Torium. Go and check them out. They always get that comment on their videos, on their designs. Their designs, they will say, who is your designer? Who is your designer? Like, the design will make you stop scrolling no matter what you're doing. Now, not everybody can do that. There is graphic designer and there is graphic designer. Go and check it out. In fact, let me even go to their Instagram now and check it out, because I don't like to do discussion. All right, so I'm just going to open that real quick and we're going to go and look through that. Creatorial. So yeah, this is the brand. I love this brand so much. In fact, from their logo already, what's going on here? If you watch I'm not going to open their videos, but if you watch their videos, you will know that these people, they know what they're doing, right? If you watch their videos. So there's this part. This is the video. You see how they did the text in the video. You're seeing it. Like, this is not just any kind of editing. And guess what? This video was not shot for mobile purpose. It was shot like a proper production because it was a conference. But the editor was still able to edit this video in a way that if you look at comments, you will see comments about the videos. See, unrelated, but does anyone know how these captions were generated? Comment on the video. If you keep going, you will see that the people commented on the video, right? So let me even show you like their designs. Yeah, these are some of like their designs that they put out there. Like, this is creative. Not everybody can come up with this kind of creative design. It might look very simple and clean, but people love the designs. You can go through the page later and see the kind of designs that they put out. So you cannot tell me that, oh, I don't have any outcome. You have outcome, or you just don't know it, and you have to go and find it. And it's your job to go and find it. All right. So now, another example would be, okay, myself, right? I don't just do marketing, right? My outcome is revenue growth, monetization, product adoption, structure and execution, and business clarity. See, when you want to come and work with me, you want to launch your course. You don't just bring the course and I'm like, oh yeah, let's just go and start selling it. By the time you finish talking to me, you will get clarity on how you're going to launch that course, what you're going to say, how you're going to put it up. Because the first question I will ask you, if you have not already clarified your message for your course, even you will know that, yes, you have work to do. So that is my own differentiation, right? So questions that can help you find your outcome. What changes in your client's life, business after your work? What do people consistently thank you for? Ask for this. Listen to these things, you will know your outcome. If your skill disappeared, what result will your clients miss the most? If you don't know it, you can still go back and go and ask your client. Let them help you out. All right, let's go. The unfair advantage. How do you find the unfair advantage? So unfair advantage is invisible skills that strengthen your output. This is what makes a creative different from others with the same skill. All right, this layer is what premium clients pay extra for. Like a photographer, for example, an unfair advantage can be the exceptional customer experience, ability to ideate set concepts, wardrobe styling sense, ability to storyboard sessions, emotional intelligence, calmness with clients. This can be an unfair advantage that not all photographers have. Some photographers just know how to take pictures, some people know how to tell stories. Videographer, you might know how to choreograph. That can be an unfair advantage. You might even have fashion knowledge. You might understand timing and reading. Who knows Esiaga? Who knows Esiaga here? Esiaga is a video creator and editor. Who knows Esiaga? Esiaga is the one that creates content for people like Vicky James, Tomike. If you go to party and Esiaga do videos for you, if you are watching the video, the storytelling in the video alone is mad. Go and search him, Esiaga. Who know Itom? Is it I am Tom? Yeah, I am Tom. I am Itom. Diary of a Nigeria Girl's Husband. Go and check him as well. You will see how he used dance and fashion to do creative videos. Even when you want to launch stuff, when his wife was launching Dang Lifestyle and stuff, they used dance and fashion to launch it. Even this guy too, what's his name? RMD2 has done something with him. Trisha Beats2 has done something with him as well. When she was launching Monetize Your Knowledge, they used dress and fashion to announce Monetize Your Knowledge. So you don't have excuse. Think, I'm giving you all these examples so you can know. A video creator, like for me, for example, structure, execution, pattern. I know how to recognize pattern. I know how to simplify stuff. Process design. I always design process when you're working with me. Ability to make clients feel heard. Business intelligence and revenue psychology. I understand business. I have revenue psychology. That's not part of, but that's an unfair advantage, right? So questions that can help you find your unfair advantage. What do you think? What do you do naturally that others struggle with? What strength do people always mention about you? One time, my client told me that I am the engine that makes things move. When she told me that, I just smiled. What invisible skills make your outcome more predictable? What do clients say they love about working with you that isn't just the skill? Take a screen grab. After this session, go and sit down and think about it very well. All right, so your creative signature layer, we are still on value ladder, right? We're still on the value pillar on the in the triangle. Okay, this is your unique blend. So your creative signature is a combination of your outcome layer on your unfair advantage. So now when you mix the outcome layer and your unfair advantage together, that's what is your creative signature. That's your creative signature. So what is the theme across your across all the outcomes? So list out all the outcome, and then what's the theme? What is the consistent thing across all the outcome that you do? What umbrella statement describe your unique blend? What result feels easy for you but hard for others? What is the one thing you want to be known for? If you're able to answer this question, you can now blend your unfair advantage and your outcome to create your secret, your creative signature layer. So yeah, let's go on. So to create your value statement for your pillar 2, we know pillar 1 was positioning. I gave you a formula to create your positioning statement. Now I'm giving you a formula to create your value communication statement. All right. So if you want to communicate your value, so you can use either of these two. I create what is the core outcome through a blend of what is your unfair advantages that deliver what is the signature experience. As for a photographer, I create timeless emotional storytelling through my ability to craft client-friendly experiences, direct natural posing, and design scenes that feel authentic and intimate. For a video creator, I create viral fashion narratives by blending choreography, creative direction, and cinematic transitions. This is Ife's Diary of a Nigerian Girl's Husband. I am Tom or something. Then, as a strategist, I drive business monetization and product adoption through my rare execution style, structural clarity, and ability to turn chaos into organized growth systems. Right? So, one thing I want you to know, if your work increases someone's revenue, if it increases someone's authority, if it increases someone's brand perception, your fee should reflect the impact, not the hours that you put in. So increase your price based on the impact and the outcome that you can deliver, not necessarily, oh, I'm using 5 hours to do the work. That's why somebody will pay me. They will not pay you because you're using 5 hours. In fact, you can do the work in 2 minutes, but if it increases the revenue, authority, or brand perception, they can even pay you more than somebody who used 5 hours to do the work. All right. So creatives don't need hustle, they need systems. All right. Creatives don't just need hustles, they need systems. This is the third thing in the triangle, which is business systems, right? Building a business system. And this is what I call the demand engine. How do you drive demand? If you've been able to identify your positioning, your value communication, the next thing is how do you drive demand? That is the system for driving demand. One is visibility, two is trust, three is conversion, and four is delivery. Visibility is nobody will know you if you don't put yourself out there. You need to create content. You need to run ads. You need to collaborate with people. You need to talk about what you do. People that are following me on my status, even on my personal WhatsApp, I have like 3 WhatsApp accounts. You know, I have 2 business WhatsApp, 1 personal WhatsApp. Even on my personal WhatsApp, they know what I do. Sometimes my friends will just come say, hello, I want to do this thing. And da, 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 da. Oh, that's why somebody reached out to me and say, oh, I want to create a proposal for an event that I'm doing. I know that you can help me. I want to book a one-on-one with you. How did this person know? When I'm creating proposals and I do stuff, I put them on my story. I don't put the full thing, but I just take them through on a story and on a journey. My WhatsApp status is always a journey. Like you always see stuff. Even my faith is there. When I'm reading my Bible, I put it there. I'm like, encourage you, go and read your Bible. This is what I learned today, blah, blah, blah. This is what I struggled with. All of those things are form of visibility because people need to know what you do, what the different areas. That's why I can't box myself. I can't give myself a title. People have reached out to me to come and speak on things that has to do with teenagers, that has to do with faith, that has to do with different things that is not even sales funnel or marketing or making money or revenue generation or anything. Just because of the different ways I've been able to express myself and create visibility around the impact that I do, right? So visibility is very, very important. Have your visibility plan. I'm not going to sit here and go through that because that's going to be like a lot of time. So for visibility, how do people find you? Create content, do collaborations. Like when people are searching, have a referral plan, portfolio, have your proof. You don't have portfolio. You don't have portfolio. Somebody will come and meet you. You don't have portfolio to show for your work. You are a motion graphic designer. You cannot show anything. If you don't have portfolio, that's fine. If you are just starting out, that's also fine. But go and volunteer. Go and get people to do work. Volunteer and do it with all your heart. Even as I'm here, I still volunteer for things. I reached out to someone recently. I'm like, oh, I'm open to volunteering for you, blah, blah, blah. Ready to serve. I still do volunteer as I did like this. My business, I run an 8-figure business. I see the volunteer. So I lead teams, I lead global teams and stuff. I still a volunteer. So go and volunteer. Don't say, I'm doing free work. You're not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready for life. Volunteer, right? That's how you're able to grow. That's how you're able to build capacity. And that volunteering will also open you up to visibilities. Go for events. Join when you are in community. Some of you will not participate. You just be quiet. When I'm saying drop what you do, you will not drop. There was one day in my community, I just said, okay, everybody drop the link to your social media handle. Some people did not drop, some people dropped. Do you know that one of them that dropped inside that same community, the lady was not like, oh my God, you sell journals. I didn't know that you sell journals. So, oh my God. And I was just about to recommend some things to my client that's looking for journals. And then that's how they went to go and talk it in DM. She later came back to me that the lady bought 20 journals from her just by posting a link. Be there. Don't do. Sit down there and be waiting for God to come from heaven to come and bless you. All right, that's visibility. Next is trust. How people believe in your credibility. How people will trust you is through storytelling. My status, I always tell story. People think like they know me, but they don't know a bit. They only know like a tiny fraction of who I am. I'll be sharing stuff. There's even one that somebody asked me, say, Lord, you've never shared about your family. I say, what's your business with my family? What's your business? What's your business with my family? Focus on the one that I'm showing you and leave the one that I'm not showing you. Yeah, I may be married, I have 5 children, you will not know. Leave it there. That's my personal business. I want you, I let you see what, so people feel like they know me, but the truth is that they don't even know me, right? Like, there was a time that I was going through a rough relationship breakdown. Like, I had like multiple loss. I was still showing up doing stuff. Nobody knew. I quietly went through that season. I came out of it. Only my friends knew. Nobody on social media. Now that's not the kind of person I am. But I was even sharing stuff. Like, I know this person. You don't know anything, right? So storytelling, showcasing your process when you are doing stuff. If I'm doing stuff about the Grow Conference, I'll post it. Oh, this is what I'm doing about my conference. What I'm doing. Oh, this is day 4. I'm currently training about it's something students across 63 campuses in Nigeria and 1 campus in Zambia. I'm trying to start a campus activation for students, trying to start something like ISEC in universities, right? So we're doing the onboarding. I don't really need students anymore right now after the onboarding. The onboarding is 10 days. I've just shared it on my status like, oh, we are doing this activation for students, blah, blah, blah. I did a video, I posted it on Instagram just to create awareness about it and stuff. Because when we now launch it, they will not be like, okay, Elo is also doing something that has to do with students. So if people need something that has to do with students, they will call me. See, me, I'm everything. I have brands for like different things. Please don't mix this up. Don't mistake this to say, oh, Elo said the everything. You're not confusing people. I have 3 different brand identities. So I have Digital Creator Chic brand, where I'm a sales funnel strategist and all of that. Then I have the Grow Network, where I do all these other initiatives, the school, the conference, all of that. Then I am Lucky Elohor, where I'm a growth and marketing professional, right? But on my WhatsApp, on my status, I combine all of that together because let me get my WhatsApp on my status. It's me. But on social media, or in the forefront on Instagram, all these brands have their own identities and I show up differently for this brand. All right. So I don't want you to not say, because I say do all of these things, you say she's all over the place. It's not all over the place. You can build multiple things, but you don't build them at the same time. I started Digital Creator Chic in 2020, and I built Digital Creator Chic up until 2025 before I started the Grow Network. Guess what? I was already even doing part of the Grow Network, but I was doing it as part of Digital Creator Chic because I didn't want to start something else. But later I had to now separate it when I saw that it's getting bigger and it's no longer aligning with Digital Creator Chic. So I made it the Grow Network. So you can build many things, but make sure that you have built one. Like, for example, when you are planting, you can't plant all at once. You have to first of all plant one, as that one is growing, you plant another one, that one is growing, you plant like that. That's how there are seasons to these things. So you can't just do everything at once. Just grow yourself and put yourself out there with where you are. Start from where you are. That one thing that you're doing, let people know you for it. If I'm studying, for example, everybody knows that I'm doing my MBA. Everybody knows that I'm going to Bible school. Everybody knows that I'm doing this. Yes, all the things I want them to know, everybody know, right? I put it on my status. I share about them. Just take them through the journey, sharing what I want them to know. Okay. So let's just quickly wrap up. So conversion engine. Conversion engine is how you turn interest into money, right? So you need to create offer, you need to sell, you need to respond to people and then get them to pay. Delivery is how you retain clients. You create referral program, including onboarding forms, timelines, communication structure, feedback loop, and improvement. So when you do good work, then you're able to get people who will come back. I told you about my client that I've worked with for like 3 times, and she's coming back. She just messaged me yesterday. She was like, "Ella, you have abandoned me." Okay, she calls me my strategies. My strategies, you have abandoned me. In this new year, let's have a call next week. I know that work is coming. All right. Why? Because the delivery was great. I did a great work. So that's how you drive demand. All right. So now let me wrap up with how do you, we've talked about how you can make money. Once you cover all those things, to be honest, you can charge higher and people will not just see that, oh, it's not just a post. And another trick that I'm going to give you, another bonus thing I'm going to tell you, when you are able to answer those previous questions that I've just showed you and do all those things, when someone wants to work with you, don't just say, oh, create content for social media, do this. Like, list it out, break it down. If you're a social media manager, if you're going to be working with somebody in a month, say that we're going to do research, strategic research, create strategy for the month, create 10 pieces of content, edit 10 videos, do 20 story posts, engage in at least 20 accounts, and drive like, write out all the things you are going to be doing for. Let the book full so that they will see the value of what you are going to be doing for them in that offer. That's how you're able to charge. And when you are doing that, also write projected KPIs. You cannot say, oh, I can't predict my KPI. You should be able to project your KPI. Even if you can't get the exact thing, project something. That means you need to start paying attention to the result that you can bring and project something. All right. So building work that matters. Skill may make you good money. Marketing may make you visible. Systems may make you profitable, but purpose is what makes your work unforgettable. The way I've been building, give me 3, 4, 5 years more with the things that I'm currently doing. Oh my God, I'm gonna be building billionaires, ministers, CEOs, and people that when I need them, I know I'm not doing this because I need them, but I'm just saying that when I'm saying, oh, I have mentees, I know that these are the kind of, and I can already see it because some of them are already going in this direction, and I can already, so just give me 3, 4, 5 more years. That's how you are able to build these things, right? So in order for you to build work that matters, find your internal why. What is your personal fuel? Why does it matter to you? So decide what drives you, what shaped you, what changed you, what you overcame, what you deeply care about. You can find your why around that. Examples: as a photographer who was bullied for appearance, now you create portrait that empower confidence. So you can be a photographer and be pushing the message of confidence, helping people feel more confident. That can be an impact. You can create impact work where you're like, oh, if you are feeling less confident or less about yourself, you can create something where you're encouraging people. You can even have a community of other photographers who feel less of themselves, or even maybe not even photographers, just young people who feel less of themselves. And you use photography to, because that is your skill, you use photography to do what? To help them build confidence. Are you seeing that? Then if you're a writer, you grew up observing broken homes. Now you help couples communicate better through storytelling. Or I have a mentee that she said that when she was growing up, she used to always be alone. And when she's alone, she always writes. That's what she used to keep herself busy and keep herself company. And now that she has grown, she struggled with putting herself out there and things like that. She struggled with that, but now she's slowly coming out. She can build an impact around that as a writer to help other writers who are feeling less of themselves, or even just other young people using writing. See Tunde Onokoya, what is he doing? He's using chess to bring people out of the slum. He's using chess. That's what he knows. That's his skill. He's using chess to teach these children, to send them to school, to make them be critical thinkers, to make them be better people. You can take your skill and create an impact around it. I'm using examples of people that you can already know and already see. When I started doing impact work, I started with my expertise. You can't create impact outside of your expertise. I started with marketing and courses and funnels. When we started the Grow Conference first, the Grow Conference was more about marketing and stuff. The more I get more experience on different topics, I started to expand it. And this is the 6th year that we are going to be doing it now. So you create impact around that. So I'm currently doing another event. I do it every month. It's free. A physical event with 30 people. It's called the Build Room. It's for business owners. So I work with businesses to grow their business, to execute in their business, to do the boring work in their business. Why? Because I have that expertise now. I didn't have that expertise before, but now I have it. I've created an impact around it. I'm using it to help people and these businesses. These businesses will in turn become, evangelists of my brand. As a strategist, turning chaos to clarity because you experience confusion and now insist on structure for others. That's what I'm talking about for the build room. That's what I help people do in the build room, really. So that's how you are able to build. So answer these questions. What drives you? What shaped you? What changed you? What did you overcome? What do you care deeply about? You can use it to build things. You can use it to create impact. You can create impact work around that. Even if you are not yet blown, yet start. When I started the Grow Conference in 2020, my background was a cotton. I was still, my workspace was my box because I was squatting with somebody. My traveling box was my workspace, right? My traveling box was my workspace. A stool was my table. That was when I started the Grow Conference. Yeah, in 2021. So it's not about saying, oh, you have to have everything, you have to have all the money. No, you have the value. You start helping people create that space. That's how impact starts. All right. So building work that matters, that's the internal. You find your impact from the internal. Now you can also find your impact from the external. All right. So your contribution to others. Why does this work matters to them? What does your work solve? What does your work improve? What does your work elevate? How does your work make life easier for your clients? How does it strengthen their identity, right? So purpose is not just what moves you. Purpose is what your work moves in others, right? So let's say an example, your strategy help people make money, but your external value is that you give them confidence, clarity, and control. A makeup artist doesn't just enhance faces, you enhance self-image. A UI UX designer doesn't just reduce frustration but you increase joy for users, right? So these are external factors. So also, as you are looking at internal factors, also look at external factors of the work that you are doing. How is it affecting people? I've seen people come to me to say, oh, hello, just by staying in your space, I've been a better leader. I know how to work with people better. I know how to communicate with them better. That's an external factor. Now I can know that that's something I can build something around, or I can incorporate into all the things that I'm already building because it's an effect that I have on people. That's how you are able to know what to create impact around and how to create impact. All right. So building impact that matters, looking at global contribution, right? Your creative legacy. What does your work make possible in the world? What does your work make possible in the world? The impact beyond the client, the culture. What culture are you influencing? What community are you uplifting? What conversations are you shifting? What future are you helping to shape? Your creativity must not end at the invoice. It must continue in how your work shifts culture, community, and systems. Photographers who document culture shape how future generations remember today. Storyteller influence mindset and decisions. Strategies like me transform businesses that eventually employ others, feed families, and build stability. So this is the global contribution that different people can put out there. So you need to think about all of these things, and that's how you become the complete creative. All right. So purpose and impact exercise. So I want you to take a screen grab of this. We might not have time to do this. So what problem in society or in your industry breaks your heart? What problem in society or your industry breaks your heart? How does your creativity help solve or speak to this problem? What legacy do you want your work to leave behind? What one purposeful project can you start right now? Take a screen grab and answer that question. When you answer these questions, you'll be able to find an impact that you can start. There's somebody that was talking to me, in my community, and she was like, oh, hello. So the thing is, I have clients, they pay me money, but I don't have people that say that I've impacted their lives. Aside, oh, you pay me money, I do work for you, and you go. Then I started to ask her question like, okay, so what do you want? She said she wants to be able to impact business, she wants to be able to impact people. So I encouraged, I said, create a community of business owners who are struggling with XYZ, blah, blah, blah. And this is how you can help them. And she started the community. She has 10 people in there now. And she's already, starting every week. They have calls. She helps them, with their ads and stuff like that. She just educate them. She has started something that's impact. All right. So yeah. So the in-demand creative blueprint, like I said, positioning, purpose, communication, which is value communication, and business systems. That is what the in-demand creative is all about. So if you want to be an in-demand creative, you need to be able to mark, check out these four boxes. And I talked about purpose. Purpose is the impact, which is where there's internal, external, and global. And I talked about your positioning, what clarity do you bring? I talk about your value communication, what makes you unique, what's your unfair advantage, and what are your outcomes. I talk about systems, which is how you drive demand, visibility, trust, conversion, and delivery. And I talked about purpose. So thank you, everyone, for having me today. I hope you have learned something. I didn't have time to introduce myself anyways. My name is Lucky Elohor. You can find me on Instagram. I'm Digital Creator Chic, and thank you for having me. I don't want to say I'm a sales funnel strategist, but yeah, I'm an all-rounder, and I just have conversations that helps drive revenue and help people make monetization decisions. I'm also a founder of the Grow Network, where we help businesses, we help students, we help creators, just build young people in Africa in general to build a life that is not just focus on learning, but also on doing and building sustainable impact over time. So thank you for having me, and I hope that I've been able to convince you and educate you and give you value and not to confuse you. Thank you, guys.
Wow, 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 wow. My God, I've never seen anyone break down this topic in this manner before. Honestly, guys, look at the emoji itself there. Guys, drop some comments. Like, drop some comments. Honestly, I've been mind blown. Wow, wow. And hello, you're still there, right?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, because I'm sure some people have questions. If you can drop the questions in the chat. Yeah, you can just drop your questions in the chat for hello. Yeah, if you have, I'm
You can
sure you
also
guys have
contact me on
questions.
Instagram, take a screenshot, tag me
Yeah.
at digital creator chic underscore. That's my username. Tag me and tell me what you learned from this class. Digital Creator Chic underscore. Because I have another account that is the new one. So tag that on Instagram and tell me what you learned, if you learned something from the class. Yeah, but if you have questions, please drop them so that I can quickly take them before I leave. I was like, there's no question, so I did justice to this. All right.
Hi, Elo. Thank you very much. I'm guessing Shaya was thank you so much for this session. I'm guessing Shaya was kicked out due to the network. So
Oh,
that's why.
I didn't
Okay.
know my mic was muted. Oh my God,
Oh,
I've been
okay.
since.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I said I don't know if you hear me. Hello. You said you wanted to share your concept notes with us. Okay, someone already asked the question, but yeah, as I was saying, you said you're going to share a concept
I
note
said
with us.
I
I
might
don't
show
know.
you guys.
Okay, okay, you might. Okay, so is it something you can show us, ma?
Let me see. I have to go as soon as possible. Let me see if I can share one concept note. Let me just share this one. Uh, let me see. Okay. Mhm. Okay. All right, let me share my screen and share that real quick. You people want me to share everything. All right. So when I get on a call with a client, because my programs, I think the cheapest of the product that I do, if I'm doing coaching with you, is 550,000 naira. That's even coaching, like you are doing the work. I'm just walking you through. If I'm doing the work for you, I think the minimum that I charge is about 1.7 or 2 million. So I don't just tell you price on call or something, right? I have to like do like a total breakdown. So this, I first of all do the overview of what I'm going to be doing for you, blah 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 blah. I write the key objectives. This is what my concept note typically look like. The key objective, then I write the scope of work and deliverables. So funnel strategy and offers ecosystem. So you will see exactly what I'm doing. You will not say, it's not just to be funnels. It's not just to be funnels. No, these are all the things I'll do on that funnel. Then low ticket bundles and lead magnet system. These are the things I'm going to do under that. High ticket coaching and automation setup. These are how I'm going. This is what I'm going to do under that. Wait list strategy and funnel setup. This is what I'm going to do. Website strategy and copywriting. This is what I'm going to do. Instagram funnel or integration. This is what I'm going to do. Now, regardless, for this particular client, I'm not doing marketing for them. I'm not doing marketing. I'm not doing traffic. I'm just building the systems. And you could even see that I still have key performance indicators, which are KPIs, projected things that must be done. At least 3 high converting lead magnet connected to bundles or programs, bundle low ticket offers, at least 1 active generating funnel generating automated low ticket sales, wait list built to get leads before next coaching cohort, high ticket coaching booking calendar linked and live with automated follow up, clear offer structure and copy deployed across Instagram and website, pages launched and optimized by the developer. I'm not the one building the page under strategic oversight. So these are KPIs. So even when the client look at it, they already see that all those things are listed above. How does it convert into something that our business needs? And this is very performative because for this particular client, we're not trying to drive results. We're not trying to drive money results because she felt like she's all over the place. She needed to build structure and automate many things. She went through my phone and she saw how automated it was. She didn't even have to speak to me. She booked a call. She only spoke to me right on the call. And then I put my service charge here. This is my service charge. And then I explain what the service charge will cost, blah, blah. And I said, note, website build and automation to subscription fees are excluded and will be handled by this brand, right? Then I explain how the payment is going to be made. And then I put, the next step, or if they want to book a core, they book a core and different things. So yeah, so that's how my concept notes would, ideally look like. I don't know if I can find one that has KPIs where we have to make money. Okay, I think this one is a KPI where we have to make money, right? So this one has a KPI where we have to make money. So you can see this is the 2 programs that we are launching. Again, there is program context, the strategic approach that we're going to be using for this. All right. Then we have the deliverables. What am I delivering? So I explain the deliverables. You can see that it changes based on who I'm doing it for, but the format is still the same. It's still the same. Deliverables, funnel development, deliverables, sales operation. This particular one, I'm doing sales. So there's script, discovery call script, closer enablement. We'll have people who will be closing calls. Then there's program delivery, the cost setup, installment plan, like all these things. Then key performance indicators. Now you can see here we are talking about numbers. For lead generation, 20% projection, cost per lead, 8,000 naira per cost per lead, 50% blah, blah, blah. Sales pipeline, the conversions are here. And so the revenue target, 20 to 40 million per cohort. And then for this one, blah, blah, blah. So that's just it, right? So service charge, 4.5 million, blah, 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 2.5 ongoing after the initial 4.5 and things like that. So this just helps this person see why this work matters and just help her understand how I'm going to work with her and help her get results. So there's no way I will do this and you're telling me that it's not just to build landing page, it's not just to do funnels. So yeah, so that's that. Let me see if I can answer these questions. I'm a UGC creator trying to build a system that works in my absence. But my challenge is my client come back to me because of my dramatic storytelling. Okay. How do I train others in my absence while still delivering this value my client come back for? So okay. So there's some for UGC, you are the product, right? You are the product. it might be difficult for you to be, especially in showing in the video, because they pay for you to do these videos. So it might be difficult for you to um get other people to do these videos, except you brand yourself as a team. What do I mean? You brand yourself as an agency where you have multiple video creators. So when your clients are coming, they can choose, do they want you or the other people who create videos in your team, right? So you can now brand it like an agency where you have like multiple video creators, so that in the beginning they don't assume that it's you that will do the video and then it's not you that will do it. Another way that you can do it is, before you get those people, you can start having people in your team where you're training them to script. All right. I don't know if you do scripting, but if you don't do scripting, if it's a client that will bring the script, then you have to have people who can come and intern with you. You teach them how to do dramatic video storytelling, but you have to have criteria, right? Criteria for how you select people. These people need to be creative first. They need to be able to willing to like do videos and stuff. So you have a framework. Then you can start practicing. They shoot videos and practice. You correct them, and they start to learn. And then you can start to put out these videos on your page. And when clients come, you let them know that you can work with me, or you can use other people on the team. But if they're working with you, they pay more. If they're working with other people, they are choosing any of your UGC creator, maybe depending on their expertise or stuff, the pay will be less. You have people who want to choose them and use them to do that. So that's how I feel like you can do that, and it's not just revolved around you. I don't know if that makes sense. So yeah.
Hi, thank
Yeah,
you very much. Please, can I speak?
yeah,
Okay.
sure, go on.
All right. Okay. Good evening, everybody. What a wonderful session we had today. Hello. Thank you so much. I dropped the question about the UGC creating. So, I had a scenario last year, October. I had quite a lot of demand for my videos, and it led me to rejecting a couple because of the workload. I was getting burnt out, and because of the way I do my videos, I have to be real in my dramatic storytelling. So because I didn't want to lose that money, I employed some guys, editors, cinematographers, but the work was so much. I needed another UGC creator. But like you said, a UGC creator is the product that the client is paying for, right? And since there's like a particular way I do my videos that makes my clients want to like come back and over again, I was trying to build a system where, okay, fine, if I am not even available, I don't have to lose money because I am not available. Right. So now getting people that align with what I do, the way I do it. I understood what you said about trying to get intern, but the work is harder because you are working with people and you know how people can be. So I still need more help on how to really, because at the end of the day, even if I probably get people to intern with me and work with me, I still get some reviews like, it's your face we want, it's your face we want. But by the time the workload gets too much, I have to lose out some money because I cannot deliver 25 videos in the space of 5 working days for different clients. I don't know if you get what I'm
I
trying to
think
say now.
that's what I still said, right? If you want my face, no wahala, but you pay more to get my face. You get the
Okay.
point? You pay more. I'm not sure if you got that part. You pay more to get my face. So we have other UGC creators, right? So if you know that in a month you can max out on only 20 videos, or you can shoot only 20, 15 videos in a month, right? If you already maxed out on that 15 videos, then you know that you can't get more. But what that means is that you have to raise your fee so that you have other UGC creators that they can now choose from. So if you want my face to be in the videos, this is our pricing. But we have other people in the team that can also create UGC videos for you. Of course, I'm going to supervise them, the creativity and all of that. We'll do that, but it's not me that will shoot the video. All right. So they will
Okay.
shoot, but the price is lesser. But working with me will mean that you have to pay more. And another way that you can reduce the work for yourself is probably don't do the editing. You just do the shooting and other people do the editing. That can also reduce the workload.
Yeah.
So you just shoot and other people edit. You just shoot, other people create the script. But primarily you show up and do the shooting. Other people create the script, other people edit, and you can start to train. This also part of impact, right? That we talked about. You can start to train people to start to tell this kind of story, because not everybody knows how to do this kind of creative things, or this attitude stuff that they do in videos to create those dramatic storytelling. There are frameworks to this thing, and I know that, see, it can be learned. Even if it's just one or two persons that you get first, you can get them on board and you train them, right? And yeah, for every video that they make, you give them a cut. Even if they're not working with you, they don't have to work with you full time. As you
Yeah.
train them, every video they make, you give them a cut, you get something, you're not losing that money entirely. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Olo.
that's how you have to see in building a team, you have to do the work. Oh. You have to do the work. Before I built the team that could do the work that I want in my businesses, I had to train them. Yeah. Even if they're already experts, you still have to train them in your own style and way. If not, it's rubbish that you get. That's just it.
Yeah. Thank you, Olo.
You're welcome. I think I know Triumph. I know
Yeah,
you.
sure.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, so thank you so much for answering those questions. Hello, I don't know, I don't think anyone has any questions since there's no more questions. Yeah, Dr. Comfort, do you have anything to say?
No, I just want to say thank you very much for making our time to break it down. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me.
yeah. I mean, this is one of those sessions that I have to go and rewatch over and over again because there's a lot to there's a lot to implement. Right? There's a lot of changes I have to make. And thank you so much for sharing from your wealth of knowledge. And I mean, with all what you shared, it's all you didn't even gatekeep anything. You try shared everything, even show us your concept note and everything. We really, 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 really appreciate it. And
No
there is
problem. I,
no,
I I
yeah,
believe that the ocean is big for everybody. Everybody will catch their fish. Just do your
yeah,
work. Yeah, everybody will catch their fish. That's just it. We
yeah,
all win
thank you.
together. So please go and
Yeah,
tag me on Instagram. Share what you learned. I want to see your tags. Let me see. Let me see the energy from this community. You people have energy. Let me see. Let's see the energy. You should not fall the hand of your community manager, your community leaders. Hey, hey. You
so
don't force
yeah,
your hand
that's
and comfort hands. Hey.
yeah. So you all go screenshot this, go and post on maybe on Instagram, yeah, at Digital Creator Chic. She already
Underscore.
shared underscore. Okay, she already shared that and maybe yeah, she already shared it in the comment section. I'm trying to copy it and resend. Can you resend it hello? Because I think some people joined after you shared it.
Oh, okay, not a problem. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
I think it's where we call it
Good night.
yeah. So before you leave, hello, can you just give us a short prayer to round things off?
Hey, what?
A short prayer to round things
It's
off.
me that if you want to close the prayer. Hey, you have eaten
Yeah,
into my prayer time. You ate 1 hour into my prayer time. Okay, anyways, let's just pray. Father Lord, we
yeah,
thank you. Thank you, Jesus, for everyone here. We thank you for this awesome class. And Lord, we pray, oh God, may this not just be one of those classes that we come and we become hyped up and we just leave. Lord, we pray that we imprint these things in our hearts and give everyone here and anybody that will watch the replay later on great ideas. Open their mind to see beyond the ordinary. Open their mind to see creative things that they can do in their businesses with their skills, oh God, to grow their revenue, to grow their impact and become purposeful. But most importantly, oh God, Father Lord, we pray that whatsoever we're going to be doing will be to your glory. Lord, let your name be glorified in all our lives, in everything that we're doing, in our businesses, in our skills, in our creativity, in everything, oh God. Father Lord, we pray. Father Lord, thank you, Ocean of this. Thank you for the organizers of this. Lord, we pray that you continue to give them strength and energy. And for everybody that is a member of this community, oh God, for the reason, because they're a part of this community, Lord, there's going to be growth, there's going to be evidence in their lives. It will show through their lives and to show that, yeah, this community is impactful and is doing something for them in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Abba Father. Lord, everybody is blessed. We will sleep like babies and wake up like giants and go to church safely and come back safe in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you.